Okay. So we got an in-house league game here. Who drafted? Who drafted? This was Hanzi versus Nuki, and Legion team is Hanzi, Ozovchenko, Woop, Kragiko. Hellborn team is Nuki, Volka, Busk, Nuts, and Swanky Poppy. All right, this looks like a pretty fun one.
Yeah.
And I got Fawh for co-cast. What's up, Fawh?
What's up, Beans?
Not much, man. It's been a while since I casted a game, so
Yep.
we'll take it slow.
Good
We'll
to
have
be
some
back then.
fun. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
Monarch, Aluna, Scrap. So we see Hellborn band supports Andro, Engineer, Chipper. So actually six support bands, and Scrap actually kind of like the one we don't really see that much. But lately, I guess in in-house league, everyone's like, screw that Scrap hero. We don't want to see Vorax rolling down this other side of the map and have to go defend that shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
People ban Scrap nowadays.
It's it's a support hero that's very annoying to lane against usually. It actually does pretty well in tri lanes, and even in like standard 2 lanes, it's very hard to go up against. So it's
So his laning phase is kind of pain in the butt too.
yeah, it's I feel like that's the strength of the hero, that it just excels in the lane.
Hmm.
Um, and
Okay.
and then after the lane, it's just kind of like a nuisance with the Vorax throughout the game. So I think there are some games where it can be a bit out of place, but in general, it just applies a lot of pressure.
So for me, the only thing I don't like about Scrap is that he kind of takes farm away from other heroes because you usually play him as a support, right? So it's kind of
Yeah,
like a support that almost like turns into a core.
I agree.
But
Well,
I guess it kind of just comes down to your team's like composition, right? If like your core
yeah,
players like to be more active and set up kills, or if they like to farm more, I guess.
well, it's like obviously comes down to how well you actually spend the gold that you get on the hero, because as you said, it does like take up farm as it pushes out the waves, but at the same time, it also kind of to some extent like kind of opens up space by forcing your opponents to have to deal with the Vorax continuously, which kind of like allows your team to farm more freely. So,
Do you think
uh,
it's a big deal that like if you're not with the Vorax, you get 65% gold,
uh,
or not really?
like, do you reckon like you mean like that you get less or?
Yeah, because like if you're so say you send Vorax across the map and you're with your team like the other side, you're getting
Yeah.
only 65%. So
No, I think it's fine regardless because it forces rotations, and actually it takes a fucking longest. Sorry, it takes the longest time to.
that's fine. You're good. You're good.
Takes the longest time to kill the Vorax, uh,
Yeah,
and
that's true. I will say
just yeah.
Arcane Bomb is pretty nice against Vorax. Actually does quite a bit of damage.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
But so if you were facing a Scrap and you were a drafter, what would you pick against a Scrap? Like what do you think's a good counter to Scrap?
I think something that just destroys Scrap in the lane, so he kind of ends up being like some a bit of a useless hero. Like you don't want to give Scrap momentum. I feel like that's kind of where the hero excels, where he can get like a favorable lane where he can actually like apply enough pressure to to get his levels, because he also gets levels fairly quickly if I'm correct.
Oh,
Build the
you're right
scavenge.
with the zoom. Not zoom rating, the scavenge. So then
Yeah,
so if you were drafting against a scrap, you don't even think about the Vorax. You just think about laning
I think it's
phase.
just like, yeah, I think you just want to cut out the hero as early as possible, just so it, like it, because the hero honestly like it doesn't do that much in fights really. It's just about laning and then the ulti, in my opinion, at the very
Hmm.
least. I don't think it actually like has a lot of utility later on in the game. It doesn't have like any direct like disables. It doesn't have any saves or anything. It doesn't have too much of a nuke. It's just kind of it has a lot of like kind of gathering power, and it gets quickly gets levels and quickly gets gold. So you can kind of like get those items like Gnome's Tablet and Plated Greaves and all those things to kind of like ramp up the hero. Um,
Yeah.
and then it becomes more an issue when you start like gathering up around. So if you kind of like make the hero very weak early on, but it is still a support hero. So if you're applying like your or kind of drafting your whole draft around countering one support hero, it's
Hmm.
not necessarily where you want to be, regardless. So
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's take a look at some of the picks. We're getting close to done here. Moa first pick, then Magnus and Kinesis. So what picks up Mag and Kinesis together to not give Kinesis counter, I guess.
yeah,
Then we have Deadwood and Glacius. I like that trio from Snicky. Deadwood, Glacius, and Moa. Those are some pretty solid choices. But the Moa and the Deadwood both can be supports too, or cores, which is kind of leaving his draft open to any kind of follow up on the last picks.
I'm actually
Uh,
quite. I'm not.
yep.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
sure who's the core in that particular team because they're kind of swapping back and forth, and I would assume that it's actually Blacksmith that's going to be a core, and Moa that's going to be
Let's get
time
it
with a head.
on.
It's a good guess.
I guess we'll just finish off the lineup since they're done. We had Madman, Pyro, and Hellbringer from Legion, and then we had Nomad and Blacksmith for Hellborn. Uh-oh, we have a remake.
No, okay. Let's hope we get in the next one. Just put follow on.
Yeah. Who's do you know who's hosting? Is it Snooki?
I'm just gonna put follow on one of the plays. I think Snoop is hosting it.
Okay, I'll put follow on him. Busk said we
No, I don't
take
know.
forfeit.
It was Woop. It was Woop that was hosting.
Okay. Let me put follow on Whoop then. So I think I saw a Madman versus a Nomad. Trying to remember the picks. And there was also was it a Hellbringer on Legion too?
Wait, come again?
I'm just trying to remember the
Sorry, I was
picks. So it
distracted.
was Madman, I think, was the
Oh,
carry for Legion, and then Nomad,
Madman Pyro, Kinesis.
Magmus, Hellbringer, I
And then
think.
I didn't see the Hellbringer.
I think there was a Hellbringer.
Uh,
I'm
I
actually not
might
even
have been.
sure anymore. We kind of, I don't even, we didn't even get
Hellborn,
to go over the bands either. But I guess
Hellborn,
that's who cares.
yeah, Hellborn side was Deadwood, Nomad, Moa,
Glacius,
Glacius, and one more hero.
Blacksmith,
Blacksmith.
Blacksmith, yeah. Okay, so then Blacksmith or Moa could be, or even both could be cores actually.
But
And
yeah,
Deadwood, Glacius, Blacksmith, they could all be supports. Like, I have to see who's playing what heroes also.
All
I think more
package.
I like actually that it would be the Moa
Deadwood.
that's gonna be the core. Then he can upgrade stuff and give it to Blacksmith.
Magnus.
But it's nuts playing the Moa
And
Astronaut.
the
Volko's
Busk
playing
playing the
Deadwood,
Blacksmith. So
so oh,
Glacius.
Busk is playing Blacksmith? Oh,
Nomad.
yeah,
damn.
so I
I
was
I
actually
wasn't
thinking that would be
expecting that
core
actually.
core.
Enforcer.
That's why I thought it would be a core Blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
But
I think Snooki's playing mid Nomad. I think he's been he wanted to
Crisis.
play this the other day too. Or actually no, he did play this the other day,
Madman.
I think. So I think it's mid Nomad, maybe short lane Blacksmith with Glacius, and then Moa Deadwood. I think they do 2-1-2 on Hellborn, maybe to start off the laning phase, and then we might actually see 2-1-2 from Legion as well.
Let's get it
Whoop is
on.
Pyro. Chanko is Kinesis. I think Hanzi's mid on Hellbringer. He actually played that yesterday, and he did pretty good. Actually, he won against me, I think. That was a 1 hour game. That was a really close game, actually.
I think Hellbringer should do pretty well against the Nomad mid if it's 1 vs 1. But
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
so
know.
too.
It really looking at Hellborn's draft, I'd be kind of surprised if they just chose to have the Nomad mid, unless they want to trial it and then send like Blacksmith or Moa solo top. But how would they even like they could send a trialing bottom with the Blacksmith, Moa, and Glaciers, and then have Deadwood
Yeah, that'd
solo
be
top or like
pretty
the
sick
opposite.
tri lane. They have insta stun on the blacksmith, and then a lot of long range follow
Yeah.
up, and then Deadwood could be like solo top or mid even. They got
So it's
options.
Blacksmith core. I'm pretty sure it's Moa support. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like
Yeah.
position 4 Moa, position 3 Deadwood. This makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
it's okay.
Um, is Legion doing an aggro tri lane though? They're farming the Pyromancer with Magmus and Kinesis as supports. Okay, yeah, I guess this makes sense. So Kinesis to be their position 5. And then they have Madman. Where's Ozef going? Bottom, right? But do they want to sack
Yeah,
the Madman here and give Pyro a good start? Is that you think that's a good plan to do?
I like it. I
Okay.
think Madman's gonna be able to get a fair bit of XP, but regardless.
Hmm.
Whereas Pyro can like Madman can still recover even if it's like he just kind of needs XP early on. I think. Um,
That's true.
and he's relatively elusive, so I think Asa will be able to have like a decent time on the bottom lane. Whereas if you have a Pyro that's beginning, he's gonna be walking around with 500 HP and no mobility. So
I feel for Azef right now because whenever I get put into this solo short role, I almost always face a duel or tri lane. It's actually you always want to see like a 1v1 matchup if possible, but
yeah, I don't mind those kind of lanes actually. I don't really mind going up against like a dual lane friendly if I'm on safe lane. On long lane, I don't really like it that much, but on safe lane, I feel like it's okay. But
yeah, you can still get some farm at least.
yeah.
What's your take on Kinesis position 5? I'm actually curious as to what you're gonna say.
Actually, not quite sure what I think about the hero.
Cause
I feel
like to me, he's not like this traditional support hero where like he either
well,
has like some kind of defensive capability for your team or he um
well, he needs levels, right? And
yeah,
also,
I
and he's
guess
also it's very dependent on what kind of enemies you have in your like what kind of opponents you're up against. Because you
mhm.
also have to try to get the thought steal and like. And sometimes the hero that you want to get the thought steal on is like in a different lane. So if you're playing 4, it's easier to roam around the map and get your get the stun from the Magnus or
Or like the blacksmith stun here, the deadwood grass, yeah, I mean we
more
can
stun. Also pretty decent.
Moa stun, yeah, long range initiation. Um, I think he's kind of weird as a position 5 personally, because
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I think
Uh,
you pointed out he needs levels,
yeah.
stuff like that.
I think he's a very
Um,
strong hero. So I think just due to the fact that the hero is very strong, I think he's still
I like what he's doing here though. He's messing up the creeps, like the creep equilibrium, throwing their own creeps like into the jungle, even getting some jungle camps killed and stuff.
this is like ideal that they're making 3 heroes to they're not even zoning out the Deadwood anyway. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
it's kind of the same for both sides. They're not really managing to zone out the opponent's safe lane.
it does seem a little weird that both teams are content with tri-laning against a solo.
Yeah,
Do you,
if I were one of them, I'd rotate one of the heroes to a different lane. I don't think you're accomplishing anything by committing 3 heroes to the same lane. I feel like you're better off just sending Leo. That's kind of what Magnus is doing. That he's going to a different lane. I would probably on the bot lane. I don't see it like why it's necessary to have both Moa and Glacier sit on the bottom lane because they obviously are not able to like zone out the meta from getting XP. So.
I was gonna say, I think either a Glacius or a Moa could do nicely with a Nomad in mid lane, like assisting.
Exactly.
Because Nomad does a lot of damage. He just kind of needs that CC from one teammate to
Yeah, I'd probably want
set up a kill.
the Moa mid with the acid bomb as well to amplify the Noma's damage.
Oh, here comes Moa in though from the flank. Nomad was fighting off too.
Oh, that's a pretty.
Magma's
I
gonna
feel like
be
that,
okay for now. Here comes
that acid bomb could
Madman.
have been the.
Does anybody die from this engagement? Is the
I
question.
think
Maybe
Moa
Moa dies
dies
now because there's a lava surge on the Magmus. And he's gonna go down actually. A good counter kill coming in from Glacius, but he might fall here as well. Mana battery should give him enough mana for the stock, and then oh, actually he didn't go for it.
He's afraid of
Oh,
getting. Actually, he didn't do the calculation. He was afraid of getting stunned on the tower by
yeah.
the
He
glaciers.
actually needed 130 and he had 110.
Yeah, I didn't know it was so expensive mana myself at level 1. I thought it would be like 105. Damn, 130.
Is Hellbringer dead here? One more hit from Snicky. Oh, 2 more. He used the apple.
He's
Ah, yeah, he's dead. Pretty well calculated dive from Nomad there with the bottle sips. He had the toxin claw as well, which pretty hard as a non-escape hero to escape the toxin claw wrath.
How do you lane without the shield in that? I guess you can't really lane so much regardless, but
Nomad's doing pretty good so far, actually.
yeah, but I feel like if I went up against the Hellbringer mid lane, I'd want to have a shield, but
I would probably also have a shield, but well,
I'm also pretty conventional, so.
oh, they dove bottom. Poor Azaf. Has to face the tri lane. How's Vilka doing? Oh, he died once actually. I kind of missed that. I think pretty straightforward though. He got stunned into the oblivion from the 3 heroes.
Here's the good part is that when they get the staff on the blacksmith, he upgrades the staff. He can kind of turn Moa to like a core as well to some degree, assuming Moa plays his cards right.
That is true. I like Busquin for the sorcery boots. I think that's pretty good on blacksmith, especially when you have a really early, like good start.
It's good in the trialing as well, or like with support, so you can just kind of spam your abilities.
Oh, Hansi died for a second time. He's doing really good on creep farm, but the rotations from the supports are disrupting him a lot. It's actually beating Nomad on creep farm, which I think that's probably how this matchup should go from the wave harassment.
Yeah.
Oh, Azov's gonna get dove again. Can he avoid the stuns though? Needs to fog, I think. Yep, he's gonna fog here.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, he even thought it went off. Used the barrel roll there. It's fun to see like high level of play, how people like avoid their opponents. They use mechanics like fogging on tree lines, and he even had the presence of mind to barrel roll, like to disjoint the stun, because he knows if he gets caught, that's probably how he dies.
Yeah.
Just small stuff like that. Always nice to see. So Hellbringer's level 6, Nomad also level 6. I think any rotation would kill the Nomad, but we see Snooki already rotating top. Maybe he kind of feels unsafe in mid lane, wants to set up a kill somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of standard Snooki stuff that he doesn't really want to stay in the lane for too long if he can kind of get away with it and just try to like put pressure elsewhere.
See, if I was a mid player, I would sit on my lane and be like,
yeah.
I can't miss creeps. That's like my mentality if I played mid. I can't play like the way he plays, but it's actually super good because now he's setting up a kill in another lane, and at the same time, Hellbringer obviously wants to use his Malphus because it's a really long cooldown, but he isn't getting the chance to do that unless he himself moves.
Yeah, but there are also some games where it kind of like where you don't get the kill and you're kind of to miss, sitting and doing nothing, and you're kind of to some extent allowing the Hellbringer back into the game. So
that is also a good point actually.
It's like a bit of like.
Oh, look at Moa and the big creep wave. Oh, multicast comes in from Blacksmith. It's gonna actually probably save the Moa. Madman forced to go the other way. Okay. So Pyro has the best start here in this game. He's almost 400 GPM. As a Pyro player yourself, Fawh, what would you like to see Woop GG or Woop of Doom here go for as its like first item?
Not actually quite sure, because on the side lane it might be a little bit different, but I might still be inclined to pick up. I'll probably try to pick up a either a chalice or potentially a mana ring, because you need some sort of mana sustain. I'd probably just like up for the chalice into maybe a gnomes here still. That's just my personal preference for the hero, but we might see Woop going to like a PK or a light burn here. But I think especially against so much nuke they have early on, sort of survivability.
So like something to sustain himself or tank himself up. He's expecting to get initiated on.
Well, it's just so you don't like if you actually go on a hero that you don't just die to like one
player
combo. Yeah, exactly. So I like that's kind of why I think gnomes in general is just like a very balanced item as it gives you both magic armor as well as normal armor. So it helps you a bit with all types of damage really, and also like heals you if you. Yeah.
Oh, nice hit the bot rune. Top lane. Deadwood has his Willowmaker still, but obviously he's trying to make the escape here. No TP's coming in as well, and he might get caught by a Lava Surge. Actually, I think he's just out of range now. Magnus guessed, as he did get fogged there toward the end. So he went for it, but unfortunately wasn't able to find him. Mid lane, we got a... Ooh, he avoids the... What's that called? The edge counter, yeah. Man, my casting is a little rusty right now, but... Good play from Hansi. He didn't trigger the edge counter and made sure to secure himself a kill.
Surprised this Snooki actually died to the Hellbringer 10 minutes into the game without any rips or dust or anything. But I guess it does have a high burst damage with his ultimate and the money.
Oh, root here from the Deadwood. He's gonna get feared. Oh no, he missed the fear! Oh, he guessed the wrong direction. Oof.
Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot. Well, regardless, like why would you do that way though? If you can't see the hero, wouldn't you want to do it when the hero is a bit closer to you, or what?
Yeah, probably.
Like, so Pyro has spent some of his gold. Curious as to what he's bought here. I kind of hope that he's going for spell charge here. I can kind of get behind this to some extent as well. It really boosts your farming.
This turns him into like a flash farmer. He's gonna want to just QW creep waves and jungle camps until he either goes for something like a blink or some kind of follow-up item to his shards. Do you think he'll max them out, or do you think he'll sit on level 1?
Hopefully he'll just keep it at number 1 because I think it's the
Too much gold to
mistake.
invest to like level 3?
In my opinion, on spell, when it comes to spell charge, you only want to keep it at the rank that's necessary to clear out a creep wave.
Yeah, that's a good point. Until I think you're facing like shamans, headdresses, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just in general, on a hero, well, I mean, it's obviously it's hero dependent, but the hero like Pyromancer, you want to, ideally, you want to start building to something else. Don't want to blow like 3 or 4k gold into an item that's only it's a very one-dimensional spell charge that is, so it doesn't really give you a lot of survivability or mobility or anything. So.
He could die here at top actually if they catch him, but they're kind of playing like they. Well, I guess they don't have any vision here, so they don't know if he's alone actually. Grasp's gonna miss there. Here comes the counter though. There's the lift from Kinesis. Acid bomb going out on the Pyro, but here comes the blazing strike. Glacius might actually die too. There's another lava surge coming up in 2 seconds. Kinesis isn't chasing though. I'm a little bit surprised they don't go for the dive there. I feel like they could have committed to that. They knew Nomad was showing on mid lane, and well, maybe Blacksmith backed up bottom, but I don't know. Maybe it was a risk they didn't need to take for a level 4 Glacius at the same time.
So, meanwhile, Blacksmith is just farming on the bottom lane, just chilling.
Yeah.
Took out the bottom tower. I'm surprised he's below 400 GPM right now. As he's had like no competition on his bottom lane, but
75
did they get to the
kills.
9 bottom? Oh, it was never mind. Hellborn got the tower.
Scott Malphus up again. He's baiting this. Here comes the Malphus. The Demon Strike comes out, but he gets Willowmaker and he goes down. Will they get any counter kills here? Madman already used the barrel roll. Nomad has the 15 charge Sackstone, which he could heal up from. Malphus is doing some blocks on the Deadwood. Pyro's trying to get in range for... Actually, he doesn't go for the wave. Oh, he didn't go for the stun. I feel like he had range there for the stun on the Deadwood. Yeah.
On the high ground? Oh, no, he wouldn't have it on the high ground, but I think there was one time when he was blocked by the Malphus.
Magma's is gonna go down here. That's gonna reset the Mirage Strike from Nomad. So I don't actually know how much Nomad you play, but do you happen to know if he can edge counter the demonic wave? I'm gonna assume not, right? Or not the wave, the wait. Yeah, the demonic wave, the dot.
Demonic wave? No, or strike.
The wave. I think he can do the strike, right? Because it flies at him.
Yeah, you can't do it on the wave, that's for sure. But on the strike, maybe.
Okay.
You can't really edge counter any dots. So.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Also, he maxed Mirage Strike before Wanderer. Do you agree with that, or I mean, now he has them both maxed out, but
I would probably max out the Mirage Strike as well. I think that's the
really?
most, especially on the mid lane. You kind of want to lower the cooldown of your illusion.
Okay, I guess you could do it for cooldown, yeah. Typically, we see Wanderer maxed out. Maybe that's more on a carry Nomad?
Yeah, it's like because you're just sitting and farming, and when you have the cleaver, you clear the waves, because you're just like, you're moving all the time to increase the damage in the creep, so.
Okay. The reason I pointed this out is because I know Eslan, who was like a really prominent Nomad player, used to always max out Wanderer first. Nomad could get caught here by the combo. Here comes the Eruption. Is this enough damage, though? Looks like Nomad is tanking up with the Vestments and the Sackstone. Gets hit with a wave, but here comes... Oh, he avoids the barrel roll from Azov. Nice sidestep coming in from Snooki. As the Acid almost takes out Madman. Oh, he's going to dust him up. This should be a dead Madman, right? Oh, the direct pathing. Oh my god, they're actually both avoiding each other. Oh my god, he walked directly with him. Oh my god, that was a funny sequence of events there.
Pyromancer goes down as well.
This is like the mind games of like two extremely high level players, Nuki and Ozaf, battling in the trees, both having no vision of each other, but just reading each other's movements, like predicting what the other would do. It's actually so fun to watch.
Okay, so when it kind of comes to like pet peeves,
Uh-huh.
I hate the Blessed Orb pick up on the Pyromancer right here. I know he's gonna go for an Nullstone. I just don't think it's gonna like do a whole lot for him right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it like gives him the survivability that he's looking for, and I don't think he's like gives him the pick off or damage potential either. So
I feel like when you play heroes like Pyromancer, another one comes to mind is like Alonia. I feel like you always want to be the aggressor rather than the
yeah,
like playing like you're like we said earlier, like playing as if you're gonna be the one getting initiated on. Because I feel like
yeah,
by that
exactly.
point you're already kind of playing from behind, so to speak. I don't know if that makes sense, but like
No, I agree, and I feel like if you want to go for the defensive route, obviously I wouldn't go for Shrunken right here, but I don't think like Nullstone is kind of like half measured. You know, it's still not
I
gonna
almost feel
stop.
like a Void would be better than a Nullstone, because there's so many things you could play around with a Void Talisman. There's Deadwood, Nomad, and Moa a degree.
Yeah, I'd probably still go like PK Shrunken here if I was
Watch
playing the
Yeah.
Pyromancer, because I just there's so many stunts on the Hellborn side. So, and then you can buy the what's it called? You can go for the armor of the Mad Mage as well.
Oh
Pretty
yeah, that's a good
slightly
point.
better
That
right now.
that would actually even probably be better than a Void, because it would give him minus magic aura. Bringer gets his Malphus off, but there's nobody in the area, so I guess more or less this was a wasted cooldown on the Malphus. It's 100 and what's it, 40 seconds that he won't have Malphus for.
Yeah.
This game is almost dead even from a resource standpoint. Do you feel like I almost feel like Hellborn, even though the game is even, that Hellborn has a big advantage here.
I think I personally favor the Hellborn side as well. It kind of comes down to how much the departments is. He's got a 485 GPM right now, so he might be like snowballing a lot because they don't really have so much farm potential on the Hellborn side currently. Uh,
This hero can definitely like semi-carry as well. Like, not to
yeah,
say
yeah,
a Pyromancer can't have a big impact, but I mean the Madman's suffering. He's 200 GPM. On the Hellborn side, they have the Nomad and Blacksmith both almost at 400, which is I think ideally what they wanted with their draft too, right? Like they wanted these two heroes specifically to get good starts.
yeah.
So they're kind of more so achieving, I guess, what they wanted to. Um, how do you think we're gonna see Nomad build this game? Well, okay, I guess he's gonna just go ahead and buy an item, but he buys PK. Do you agree with that, or not agree with it, or think anything maybe might have been better or
I think it's
different?
okay. I mean personally I would want to go for more like farming route, but then again I'm also a different player than Snooki, so I think PK is just fine in this situation on this game. I think it
Well,
works well.
he's gonna try to use it here. Oh, he tried to maybe trigger the, was it
Yeah,
the stock with the
yeah,
edge
I tried to go
counter?
for this one.
He
Yeah,
went for like the big play, but unfortunately we saw
that
it.
still worked out.
Yeah, they actually still got him. So he tried to
Fine.
be sneaky and flashy. It would have been pretty sick if actually that worked, but they get him anyway.
Yeah. Um,
Magnus, he's 900 gold, so he's working on a PK down here in the bot lane. Blacksmith actually still. I almost feel like Busk should have maybe been a little bit closer to the staff by now. Oh, he gets a multicast there on the Magnus at 3 times. That's gonna secure himself a kill. I think without the 3 time there, that wasn't a kill. Even if it was a 2x multicast, he would have lived. Pure
sure.
skill.
Wait, he
He's
doesn't
through.
have the stock yet, or what?
I don't think so, right? He either has 3 pieces or still needs 2 more.
Yeah, he probably needs like he probably needs one more piece. I think. There's no way he needs 3 pieces or 2
Yeah,
pieces.
I think maybe in 200 gold he has the full staff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. Otherwise, something's wrong because he doesn't have any other items than the mana boots right now.
hmm
Pretty sure he has it
He
now.
just bought the quick blade, which I think is usually the last piece. Oh no, people usually buy the neophyte book last.
second.
Hellbringer died bottom. They trade Glacius. Oh no, he did. Okay. Busk's trolling me. He had the Neophyte book in the stash and bought the Alacrity band last. So they immediately go to Kongor with the staff. Can they? Oh, we see defense coming out from the Legion side. Kinesis gonna break his rod. He lifts the blacksmith. That's a good kill to start the fight off, but Pyromancer getting turned on. He goes down to the Willowmaker. Deadwood is trying to hold his ground. He's trying to run away. Goes down to the Steam Bath here. Actually goes down to Hellbringer. Now Hellbringer gonna get taken out by the Nomad.
Oh, he goes for the Grimoire.
Madman's the only one alive. Oh yeah, actually he went for Grimoire. Not a Nullstone.
Okay, so he's just. I guess. I mean, I like Grimoire and Pyromancer, but then I still prefer to have a PK and Pyromancer early on. But
I think he should definitely look for a PK. Probably next item, just for positioning.
it's so hard to get kills with Pyro if you don't have any PK or anything like that.
So if you were in this position as Madman, would you still go for a cleaver and just get it as quickly as possible, or do you completely adapt your item build for the situation?
Not sure actually.
I
feel like cleaver is too late, but he needs some sort of mana reason at this point. Maybe go for the big brain Grimoire.
Maybe. He also didn't go for a Chalice, which I feel is like almost like core on Madman.
I feel like he kind of lacks
like
some
no bottle or Chalice. I guess like one or the other, if not both.
Yeah. I'm not too. I don't agree too much with his item choices, but he's not gonna spend a lot of time in stock. That's for sure.
It just feels so awkward on Madman when you don't have mana to Chalice and Barrel Roll.
Oh, this bad. Pyro might get one here.
Pyro goes down. Blacksmith's just too tanky for the amount of numbers they brought to this fight. Madman now also dead. I don't know. I mean, like, Azaf being there with 60 mana just felt weird, right?
Yeah.
It just kinda, I don't know, it didn't feel like an Azaf play. Azaf's too good to be sitting here on Madman with 60 mana. I dislike what he's doing.
I've just had a lot of games myself on Madman where I had like those similar items, and I've kind of just tried to like see what kind of items I feel like works. And I feel like if you don't have any mana items on Madman, you end up just you don't farm particularly fast, and you don't really do a lot either. So.
I agree. And he's got a lot of gold, so I think he's just thinking about what he wants to do.
That's here as well.
And Magnus doing triple ancients. I guess they're okay with splitting the gold here. Magnus is close to Blink, and Hellbringer almost has his staff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Pyro also lost a lot of the farm that he had accumulated, so.
So, do you think Blacksmith needs like a follow-up item to staff, or does he just staff the Moa right away? Pyro's gonna get killed here. Willowmaker, boom. The lift comes out, but it's too late. Might actually kill the Kinesis if they have another Rotten Grasp. I guess it's on cooldown still for 4 seconds. Hellbringer dies again. Hanzi's not liking the situation here. 8 deaths.
Went for the Lightburn actually on Madman. Big Grimoire time.
So so you like Grimoire on Madman?
Yeah.
I mean, he is kind of like a spell. He in a way, he kind of is like a caster carry. Not like to a full degree, obviously, but like early to mid game, he does a lot of his damage through stock and barrel roll constantly.
I haven't seen my my spellcaster or my mana boots Madman.
I think I have seen you do some funky stuff, but you make it work.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like actually I like mana boots on Madman a lot. The only thing is like it leaves you a bit squishy early on, but it just allows you to stalk so much more. And I kind of feel like, especially if you're not playing as like a core, that's kind of where the strength of the hero comes. That you're just kind of hard to very elusive hero. But if you're just walking around without stock 90% of the time, you're not really.
Oh, they saw the pyro here. He edge counters the dragon fire stun. By the way, Snicky has a shrunken head, so all of a sudden he's almost 500 GPM. He's 470 now that the tower goes down. This is a lot of momentum now for Hellborn. But does Blacksmith go straight into Steph upgrading Moa here? Or do you think he should pick up like a PK or...
It
actually,
seems like he's going for Shrunken. So
yeah, actually he picked up the Mighty Blade.
I don't mind the Shrunken here. They have so much magic damage on the lead side. They literally only have magic damage.
That's pretty good, I think.
Go down as well.
Blacksmith is actually taking a lot of damage on the Malphus there. He's gonna go down. So they got the Madman and the Hellbringer, now the Kinesis. They are just pushing their advantage with these dives. Killing the right targets as well. I think ultimately, like, sacking the Madman was maybe a bit too much, but maybe just like the itemization of Pyro as well.
Yeah, you really need to get more out of your middle lane and top lane if you want to like go with that specific route. Because you need to like pave the way for Madman to get back into the game. Maybe Madman didn't do such a like fantastic job getting himself back into the game either, but
yeah, but didn't have the space, I guess, to do so.
Yeah, it's hard for, like if you have especially on here like on Madman, you don't have like any wave clears until you actually have like a decent portion of mana. So. But at this point, it's very hard to play Madman. I've tried these like kind of games myself, and you don't really, you don't do a whole lot. You're very squishy. You don't farm particularly fast.
No, that's true. Looks like Glacius gonna go for PK here. Almost has PK at Glacius. Oh, gonna get blasted. Doesn't get the call off. They might actually be able to counter kill the Magnus here. If they can catch him before his PK is up in 5 seconds. Oh yeah. Oh my god! Volkovus one-shots Woop there with the punch. Whoop of Doom. Meanwhile, Snicky was split pushing top. I'm almost surprised that he didn't go for Knuckles on Nomad, but I guess the Saxstone kind of filled that spot, that item slot. Kind of bulked him up a lot.
Yeah, it's one of the other. I think the Saxstone is just a bit more tanky than the Mad for assist. So.
He also sold his vestments, I guess, when he bought the Shrunken. I guess that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine as well. They don't have. I guess they have few heroes that have like instant stuns, but for the most part, no one's gonna get the Shrunken off when he jumps in. So.
Invis Blacksmith here. Oh, they actually spot him on this red ward on the ramp there, but he's gonna run into Kinesis. Nomad domination streak. That's a 3-man Malphus though. Watch your beard comes out on the Deadwood. He gets a Shrunken off at the last second there. I believe the immolation from the Malphus is magic damage, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm actually not sure if it's true damage or magic. But
I'm not sure either.
I was just like wondering if he would die with Shrunken onto the Malphus chasing him, but it was too fast either way.
Yo, Beans, I gotta get going now.
Alright. Thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Anytime.
Seems this game is more or less decided anyway.
I think Hellborn's gonna close this one out, but are you gonna be playing tonight, or are you gonna be
potentially? I don't know yet for sure. We'll see. So,
okay.
All right.
Anyways, catch you later.
Hey, bro.
Oh, bye. Alright, so anyway, Gnomes was picked up on Moa. I think at this point it's just kind of like More of a team item than anything. Just to help them bulk up in fights. Level 17 on the Deadwood. Volka has played a pretty good game here. 7-3 and 12, almost 400 GPM. There's Shrunken already as well, which we saw earlier. Haster in here spawns. Looks like they're gonna give that over to Pyro. He does pick up a Void. Talked about Void or maybe a Mad Mage at some point. He does go for the Void. Comes a stun. Multicast comes out on the Magmus. Still has a Willowmaker up. Ooh, is that a full Hellflower picked up by Nomad? That's a big item pickup actually. Did not see he was. Oh yeah, he's sitting on. Oh, he sold it. He's sitting on almost 5k gold here. We'll see what Sneaky decides to go for. I think a Hellflower would. Oh, he just wanted to buy it at the side shop. The Hellflower is gonna allow him to go for solo pickoffs. This is a very typical Snooki, like not item build, but like playstyle where he goes for like the solo pickoff routes. Alpha's gonna catch Deadwood here in the trees. Moa might also die. Here comes the Chunkin from Nomad though. He's here, he's trying to pick a target. He's going for the Pyro, but he has a Void Talisman. Now he's turning it on to Madman. There's the Hellflower coming out, but the Shrunken wears off. There's a lift from Kinesis. They stun him down with the Pyromancer. He doesn't have the Blazing Strike up yet. Nomad's gonna survive for now. They're gonna take out the Hellbringer here with Glacius channeling the downpour in the trees. They're gonna try to catch the Pyromancer here. He does have his TP up, but he's not porting out just yet. They want to turn this probably, as they are going to take out the Glacius. Meanwhile, Blacksmith getting chased down by the Malphus. And I think this should conclude the fight. Now, Nomad, he's health potting up, or actually Rejuve potting up. Another Hellflower comes out. There's the stun from the Magmus though. Eruption gets channeled. Edge counter comes out from Snooki. Oh, but he's going to get taken out. The numbers were just too many from Legion. And, well, I guess we got some game left. I mean, Legion is not given up, which is good. I like to see that. They cut the lead down a bit. It was 15k. After this tower goes down, it's going to be about 10k gold from 12. Assuming they don't get denied here, which they shouldn't, it's going to drop to 10.7k. So, some small cuts to the lead here. And I think Madman bought something, which he should be sending out now. Maybe it was the Grimoire? Okay, so he does go for the book. I think maybe now he goes... Actually, I don't know. Does he need a defensive item? Probably. There's still a lot of magic from Blacksmith, Glacius. Then he has the Hellflower threat from Nomad as well. We'll see what Azov does, but I could very well get behind him going for like a Shrunken. I think if he goes too greedy, it might backfire, but we'll see. Hellbringer's working on Restoration Stone, and to be honest, if they can get a Restoration Stone soon on the Hellbringer, having the double rock is going to be pretty hard to fight into. Like, they're going to always have to aim for the Hellbringer. So he's going for Azov here, but the Shrunken's going to wear off. He's going to have to blink away. And one of the weaknesses of his build is that he doesn't have a really high damage output, so he can't kill people super fast. But they're coming back in. Malphus was used. They do take out the Hellbringer. They're still doing some damage though. Multicast comes out. Shrunken Head was used by Busk on the Blacksmith. Glacius going to get taken out there as he channeled Downpour in the middle of everybody. And another Hellflower comes out there on the Kinesis. They take him out. Hatcher comes out for the Nomad. Will it be a quad kill? No. Multicast comes out from Blacksmith. And it is a genocide. They're just dealing with the Malphuses now. Malphi, however you want to say that. But only Glacius died. They take out 5. And just like that, the lead's back up to 16k. Nomad's got another 2k gold now in the bank. We'll see what he decides to go for. Finds himself a double damage rune as well. We got Bound Eye picked up on the Moa. I could see Volka going for some kind of utility maybe next. Bulwark could be an option. He could go for something more. Actually, I don't think he goes for anything defensive here. I think probably he just goes offensive. Just enhance his punch. Would probably be fine. If he is one-shotting Hellbringer or Madman, he's already done his job. So I think Soul's Bulwark's probably his item here. They steal Kongor. They have their own, and they might look to get themselves a token and another Kong buff. This was actually the second Kong from Hellborn. So they have stats on Blacksmith. Dead would catch his Magnus there as he was warding. Oh, he's going Hellflower. Actually, I hadn't thought of that, but that is a good item, as we already see how the Hellflower from Nomad has done quite a lot. Actually, I hadn't thought of Hellflower, but I like it. I like him having a disable. I think Hellbringer still needs Arcana and Recipe Scroll for Resto, but we'll see. 'Cause I think he has died quite a few times since he picked up the Sustainer. So token, I believe, goes on to... Actually, they might put it on the Blacksmith. It's either Blacksmith or Nomad. Busk said, I don't need it. He said, I don't need it. You take it, Snuka. He picks it up. This will mean that he has a slot in use for now, though. So he's going to hold on to his gold, I think. I think Nomad needs damage, honestly. Like, he can hold his ground in the fights when he blinks in and Trunkins. I think it's just a matter of killing people faster. He's got the Hellflower. I think he goes for a big damage item here. I'm not sure if he goes Harkons yet, because I think maybe he wants like a raw damage item first. Kinjuro, I think, feels maybe a little awkward with having a PK already, but it's not really bad to have a Kinjuro on Nomad. Trying to think if there's any other good choices actually. Typically when you play Nomad, you want to be bursting people down fast. Somebody died. Magnus died. Did he die trying to counter the ward again or something? It goes Rift Shards. I guess it's damage. It is kind of nerfed since last patch, but it's damage. It is what I said he needs. Asus is boarding back. Batman gets caught here. Do they actually lock him down? Oh, there's the Willowmaker from Volca. They're going to take out Kinesis as well. Here comes the Rock, but it's too late. They already lost 2 players. They bought back on the Madman. They counter kill. Actually, Woop dies on the Pyro. Nomad does lose the token, but he's back up. He's trying to get out of the tower range here. I think he's going to be fine because they are all 5 alive here. It's a frenzy from the Blacksmith. I think Vulcan needs 1 more Arcana for Hellflower. Just saw him pick up a second one. So this could very well be a base push. They're down on 2, plus Malphus is already used. I think Hellborn can commit to this. They can just chip the tower down with Moa and Nomad hitting. I think Blacksmith maybe doesn't even have to hit, but we'll see. We'll see here. Madman ports back. Still dead on 2. I guess they are respecting the Magnus blink because, to me, I think they could just commit and take this tower down. But I guess the threat of an eruption, onto 3 people hitting the tower is definitely a big deal. So they don't want to give them the opportunity to do that. Moa is being extremely ballsy here. 3/5 of his team already left the area here. We just got the PK. He's feeling confident that he can sit there. Just don't want to see him lose that bound eye for a silly reason. Looks like Ozov's going for Shrunken, which he kind of, at this point, desperately needs. Pick up the DD. There you go. Spawns the new rune. They get illusion on Pyromancer, which is a really good rune for Pyro. Gets like I think he gets like 5-second cooldown stun or something with the illusion buff. It probably makes his ulti like 40 seconds cooldown. And mass TPing to their base here. Double damage Madman, but again, he doesn't have a Shrunken, so I mean, if they catch him, he more or less dies. It's really hard for him to go in and man fight with his current items. So he went into Rift Shards 3. I think he's holding the buyback here before buying out level 4. What is the Rift Shards has 2 swords now. So it costs 33.25 instead of 27.25.
Watch your
Now, the game is kind of slowed down though. I mean, we have a 21 kill advantage here. 25k golden XP lead for Hellborn. Oh, it goes Shaman's Headdress. Interesting. They must really want a Berry Riddle on somebody because they're feeling like they can't force high ground straight up without, I guess, a token. But at the same time, it's also kind of Hellborn's game to lose. There's no real reason for them to make any throws when they are up against a Hellbringer. Like if they throw and give Hellbringer a Resto Stone and Madman a Shrunken plus like one more item, like this game becomes infinitely harder to win when they're already in such a good position. So I understand the way that they're playing. They do pick up a PK on the blacksmith, which I do like. I think this helps him catch people with his stun. Focus probably like, I want to say he's like 300 off this Hellflower. Blacksmith picked up an Acolyte Staff. I suppose that's a sheep. Could also be Frostfield or Harkons. I think it's probably probably Blink Sheep. Hellbringer's got Resto. This is pretty much all he needs. Level 16 with Staff Resto. Anything else at this point is like above and beyond. Like if he gets a disable item with the Resto, if he gets tankier, if he gets a Shrunken Head, like anything that he gets now is like extra. If he can get the 2 rocks off, super good. Oh, they're gonna catch Master of Arms. He thought they left. Deadwood is here though. Here comes the Malphus, first one. Glacius channels the downboard, he uses the second Malphus here. Blacksmith is trying to multicast, the Shrunken does wear off. Nomad's here now though, and it is a 3-for-3 fight. If Hellbringer and Pyromancer are alive, Pyro is late to the fight, but we'll see if he goes for anything. I don't think he can kill the Nomad straight up because it's really hard without like a sheep stick to catch the Nomad here. Now he might try for it, but nah, he's not gonna try actually. So he's still holding on to the three shards with 4k. Maybe he wants maybe now he wants like either Harkon's Blade or something else. They dive the Hellbringer there, they're gonna kill him. Pyro takes out the tier 3 at the top. 2-man stun from Magmus into the lift on Nomad, he's gonna die.
vengeance is mine.
This was no buybacks, they just hung around the base a little too long.
Watch your eyes.
I think we could see some Congors being done in the next couple of minutes here. They do have Nomad dead. Barrel picked up on Moa. Legion's going for the Master of Arms here. Nah, they're gonna decide not to chase. Take a look at the GPMs. It's still for the most part all Hellborn. Again, we have 20k plus lead. Oh, Pyro gets caught here. That's a nice stun from the Magmus though. Pyro gets his shrunken head off though. Watcher Beard comes out on the Blacksmith, but Dead was trying to get the punch off, can't get in range. Bellflower comes out on the Madman, he's going to avoid the grass, there's the punch. Madman gets bursted down, still can't get his shrunken or enough gold for it. And they also got the Magnus, he kind of sacrificed himself to save the Pyro. So, we'll see if, is that a buyback from Nomad? Oh, it was a buyback from Nomad. We'll see if Hellborn can get a objective here. They have last buyback on Madman. Again, I think if he's forced to use his last buyback, he more or less never gets the Shrunken before the game ends. Oh, Hellbringer's gonna get a smoke broke here by the Blacksmith. There's the rotten grass. Hellbringer's gonna die. That could be the disaster for Legion now. Double damage Nomad as well. I want to see Snooki buy an item, but I think he's going to value his second buyback, just in case he doesn't want to give any chance for a throw. Take out the Rags. I'm surprised he's not committing here. They're only, yeah, there we go. They're only up on two players. Pyro's up top lane. They're gonna re-jump here. They burst down the Madman. He needs to storms himself. It's gonna only delay his death. They use the second buyback on Madman. Pyro's gonna port back. I think the damage has been done here. I think the damage has been done. Oh, what a sick edge counter coming in from Nomad. Gonna burst down the Madman. Pyro might also fall here. Yep, that's a double tap for the Nomad. They take out the Magmus as well. We have a buyback from Pyro, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. First Rax down from Legion side. They had the sheep finished, by the way, on Blacksmith. Pyro gets Hellflowered. Too many items on Hellbringer now. There's the sheep on Hellbringer as well. Oh my god, the Willowmaker does like 90% of his health. Here comes the eruption from Magnus. I think he's dead. Oh, Deadwood lives with 50 life, damn. That's gonna do it. The game has come to a conclusion here as Team 2 will take the win.